record.
Alright. So, have you actually seen outside, like, in the parking lot, like, have you actually been out there to experience, like, all the students driving at one time and just seeing how chaotic it is?
Yes, sir.
What do you really think about it?
I think that we need to definitely take a hard look at our exit process and potentially streamline that a little bit better.
How do you think, I mean, it seems to me, I know it seems kind of, like, impossible as, like, a student driver, but how do you think we can get, like, every student as, like, a whole student body to kind of fix this problem when everyone's trying to rush out at one time?
Sure, I think one of the first steps would be to solicit some student input, because you all have the best perspective of what the problems are.
Mm-hmm.
And also it might be worthwhile to try to think of some incentives where students who are consistently doing the right things, maybe we do a delayed or an advanced exit of the building so that you can get in that car and get out of here responsibly. So.
Alright, and on the aspect of like defensive driving, like when we go to like driver's ed and stuff, teaches be a defensive driver, never be offensive, because you never know what other people are going to do. In the parking lot, it seems that people are more offensive than they tend to be defensive. Like they're always trying to push themselves out there, get ahead of people. They don't really have like the common courtesy to let other people go. How do you feel we can improve to make people like more defensive drivers than offensive in the parking lot?
Mm-hmm. Well, part of that will come from buy-in, right? First, the students identifying that this is an issue and that the only way it's truly going to get fixed is if the students adjust and manipulate how they're approaching the parking lot. So without buy-in, without students being committed to the fact that, you know what, I just got this nice car and I really don't want to ruin it, then, you know, we're kind of hung out to dry.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think that's it.
All right, thank you.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, how do you feel about the parking lot situation?
I think it's crazy and highly dangerous.
Really? What do you think we can do to prove it?
Prove that?
To improve it?
Improve it. I definitely think it needs to be bigger, like easily.
Yeah. How do you feel about the parking lot situation?
It's crowded.
How do you think we can improve the parking lot situation?
It needs to be bigger.
Are you a good driver?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great.
How do you feel about the parking lot situation? How do you guys feel about the parking lot situation?
It sucks. It's crowded. It's terrible.
How do you think we can improve this?
Well, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. I'm not.
Probably teaching proper driver technique.
Expand the parking lot. Make it flow better.
How do you feel about the parking lot situation?
Well, when I'm out there doing my afternoon car duty every couple of weeks, I do find it's kind of silly that kids are in such a big hurry, all rushing out, and they know that they're not going to be able to get very far. You know, that they really take off, and then they have to slam on the brakes, which is kind of silly. And I've talked to my classes about the idea of, you know, being respectful, having a little etiquette. They learn that in driver training, and, you know, let a car go, and then they get to go. And if everybody does that, everything's pretty calm. And we want you to be safe. That's the bottom line. We don't want anything to happen to anyone. And we have had some little fender benders and things, which is silly, because that's not necessary. Not leaving a parking lot. So be safe, kids. Be safe.